Hi, and welcome back to MyExcelOnline.com. Today we are going to learn about splitting a string in Microsoft Excel for better data management. If you want to learn more about Microsoft Excel and Office, join our Academy online course and access more than 1,000 video training tutorials so that you can advance your level and get the promotions, pay raises, or new jobs. The link to join our Academy online course is in the description. Have you ever been in this situation where you either have received external data or you've opened up a spreadsheet that you may have created and you realize after the fact that I put a whole bunch of data in one field, but I would really like it split out into more than one field? And sometimes that scenario comes about when you have a first name and a last name together, like we have in column A. Other times it could come when you have a street address lumped together with the name of the city, the state, the province, the zip code, etc. And sometimes you just want to split that data out into its own column. So how do you go about doing that? Well, in our case, we have first name, last name, and I'm just going to highlight all of the values of first name, last name, and I'm going to go up to data. And then I'm going to go over here to this button that says text to columns. And I'm going to go ahead and click that. And when I click that, a wizard is going to appear on the screen. And the first option that the wizard gives is, do you want to split your data based on delimited or fixed width? So let me define these for you. Delimited means that there is a character inside of each entry that you know in your mind separates one field that you want from another field that you want. And I can see here, I have a first name, and then I have a space, and then I have a last name. And I can assume, looking at my data, that my space is where I want to divide these two columns. And my space is what's known as my delimiter. My other option here for fixed width means that I have a consistent number of characters where I would like to split my data. So say my first name was always 4 characters, or in the case of a state, I know that that is always 2 characters. So maybe my data has come in where I know the left 2 characters are always going to be what I want in one column. But in this case, we do have a delimiter, and we have a delimiter of a space separating our first name from our last name. So I'm going to go with that selection and click Next. If you are liking this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell button to get notified when we release our weekly videos. And now I'm going to be asked, what type of delimiter do I have? And you can see that tab is selected by default. But I'm going to deselect tab, and I'm going to check space instead. And Excel gives me a preview of what my data is going to look like so I can tell whether or not I have split it correctly. And if I look down here, I can see that the space is my delimiter. Sometimes you have something called a text qualifier, which means maybe my data came in where it's also in quotes. But I'm going to ignore this for now, because I don't have that situation. I only have a space delimiter. So I'm going to click Next. In the next step of my wizard, I can see that I can evaluate the columns that are coming in. So this one is already selected, but I could click up here and I could specify some criteria for whatever column I have selected. And if I would like to change the format of the data coming in, say this is a date column, I could select date right here. Or I could also choose not to import this column if I didn't want to. And I am doing that on a column by column basis. So the selections that I have for this column are going to be different from the selections I have from this column. But in this case, I do want everything to come in as text, and I want to import all of my columns. And the final thing I want to check is right here in the destination. Where am I going to paste my data? By default, I have cell A2, which is the first cell I selected. But if I do that, my first name is going to go into column A, and my last name is going to go into column B. But you can see how I've set this up here. I would prefer that my first name go into column B and my last name go into C. So instead of this saying A, I'm just going to switch it to B. I could have also clicked this up arrow, and then I could have highlighted over what was existing in this box right here and click cell B2. Click the down arrow again, and now I'm going to click finish. It says there is already data here. Do I want to replace it? And I'm going to say okay. And if I look over here, I can see that my first name has been put into column B because that's what I specified. And my last name is now split into column C. So hopefully this shows you one option that you have for splitting data. We have 4 other ways that you can split data on our blog, and I'm going to include that link in the description below if you would like to go there and find out other ways to split your text. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time. If you want to learn more about Microsoft Excel and Office, join our Academy online course and access more than 1,000 video training tutorials so that you can advance your level and get the promotions, pay raises, or new jobs. The link to join our Academy online course is in the description.
If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're really serious about advancing your Microsoft Excel skills so you can stand out from the crowd and get the jobs, promotions and pay rises that you deserve, then click up here and join our Academy online course today.